It's time to get lost in the mid-card. This Believe in Pro Wrestling property is brought to you by Bet Online, the continued #1 source for all your sports betting needs. Join now and receive your 100% welcome bonus on your first deposit when you use our promo code BELIEVE. Now, here are Jeremy Bennett and Matt Black on the Believe Podcast Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where we say, yay, scissoring. It's Lost in the Midcard. Happy 69 day, Matt.
Let's not say we did.
Well, okay. Welcome. Got WWE Crown Jewel to talk about today. Of course, that happened in Saudi Arabia on Saturday. And so now the next thing on the docket in 3 weeks is, in 2 weeks is Full Gear. 3 weeks is Survivor Series. So we got ourselves a loaded November to talk about. We'll discuss Crown Jewel here in just a minute, but first I'd like to make sure everybody has subscribed to Believe in Pro Wrestling. I'd like to thank you guys for getting us over the 700 mark. So let's go to 800, huh? How about that, Matt? Let's get to 800.
We did it. Keep
so
on
let's get
rising up that ladder.
Yes.
Onward and upward, people.
And just like this says, do it yourself right there. Go do it yourself. And subscribe to Believe in Pro Wrestling. Help us get.
I got Venom and Carnage on. I don't know if they're helping do anything or not, but
I don't think they ever help with anything, at least productive. But yes, subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you know every time we go live. Matt and I, of course, every Monday around 6:10, 6:15 Central, 7:10, 7:15 Eastern. Of course, Matt and Sid, Rick and Sid throughout the week. And, of course, any interviews that drop, including a new one with Shayna Baszler. Rick Ucchino has a new interview with Shayna Baszler, who was in the 5-way at Crown Jewel as well. But thank you for getting us to 700. Let's go up to 800. And then we can hit some 4 digits and maybe continue to fly. But please share this out. And we always enjoy the chat. The chat runs the show most of the time, and we really appreciate those that come in here week in and week out. Let's look at that chat real quick here. Rick, happy about his Bengals. Yes, the Bengals are back. Welcome to Lost in the NFL Midcard also, by the way. How about them Cowboys? That game was insane, as well as the end of the Texans. And who the hell did the Texans play?
Buccaneers.
I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, who would have thought that game would have been amazing?
Look,
that was a lot of fun.
Let me just say a big thank you to CJ Stroud.
Oh yeah, I have him in 2 weeks.
Who is probably going to win me my fantasy game this week. My opponent still has a couple. They had like the Jets defense, Keenan Allen, and the Jets running back tonight. But I'm up by like 50.
I'm up 50, and all he has left is Keenan Allen.
I'm feeling pretty good about my odds tonight, and that's all thanks to CJ Stroud, because I played the wrong wide receivers this week, and all my wide receivers on my bench did double digits, and all the wide receivers I played did singles. So
yeah, so the league I have Stroud, my league that I run that I have Stroud in, I'm up 50 with. I'm just facing Keenan Allen because I he had Allen and Chase, and I have Diggs, and Diggs did pretty good. He did better than Chase.
He's got Allen, Hall, and the Jets defense tonight. But it's funny because if Keenan Allen scores anything, it's just going to take points away from his defense.
Yeah,
so he's basically screwing himself.
Catch 22.
He's screwing himself with two of the 3 of his people.
So my other league that I have Stroud in, I'm down 10. But I have Breece Hall. I'm down 10. Stroud scored half my points. I had 6 from Chase, 1.6 from Flowers, 2.2 from Kenneth Walker III. Tyler Lockett sucked. Seattle defense sucked. Well, really sucked. Baltimore smoked him. As MK says, no one wants that brown smoke, but here come the Ravens. Yeah, Ravens are on fire. Forgot the
I
time change.
I had some really stinker receivers this weekend. Travis Kelce got 2.90. Freaking Pickens got .90. He should have had a freaking touchdown if the man would have got his second freaking foot in bounds.
We didn't forget about the
And
time
freaking
change because we
Nakua got
still
like
go at
4.70. So
we still go at 7:10 Central, 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central. So even though we fall back on the clock in most of the country, the we're still here at the same time.
same bat time, same bat channel, brother.
Roman on vacation again. Yeah, Jesus Christ, he's not even supposed to be at Survivor Series, is he?
That's the report. Report is he won't
Craig,
be at Survivor
thanks for
Series.
joining us.
And
Mark
it's just like,
Cho.
why is he even champion?
Yeah, he'll be back for Royal Rumble. Yeah, we'll yawn here later. Stephen Chambers, Frantic World, thanks for joining us. Texans at Bengals Sunday. That's going to be, well, I don't know. Stroud's Jekyll and Hyde. I've had Stroud ever since Anthony Richardson went down in my league. I've had Stroud, and then the other league, I think I had Deshaun Watson, and that's where I ended up getting Stroud in that league. He's been mostly good, but there's been a lot of mediocre weeks this year. So no Taylor Swift means bad game for Kel. Apparently, I put Kelsey in my DraftKings lineup, and he sucked ass. I figured.
Yeah,
I had
thought
Mahomes.
when I saw him, because first I had Pickens lay an egg on Thursday, and then I had Kelsey get that in the Germany game, and I'm like, I'm screwed. I thought I was done. Then CJ Stroud came down from the heavens.
Shit.
Saved my week. So
I thought. I figured after getting beat by the Broncos and bouncing back from that flu that Mahomes would be on fire, and so I started Mahomes and Kelsey.
Yeah, my opponent started Holmes, which I guess is kind of a blessing that he didn't go off, because if Kelsey would have went off, that would have meant Mahomes would have went off, and it probably wouldn't have done me much favors anyway.
Little baseball talk on Lost in the MLB card. Surprised the Cubs firing Ross and hiring counsel. Yeah. David Ross, I'm a Cubs fan. David Ross has had a losing record for 4 years. And the September implosion, where they were basically in the locked in playoffs, they imploded in September and ended up one game out of the playoffs with a losing record through 4 years. And man, to get Craig Counsell, though, holy crap, especially from your division rival, that's a hell of a hire. So I'm perfectly fine with that move for sure.
I'm a very casual baseball fan. I just watch it for fun. Like I tune in during the playoffs and watch for that. Like I'm not a diehard like I am with like football and basketball and stuff like that. But
yeah,
it's fine. So I don't really know any of these names or what it means. I saw people talking about it on my Twitter timeline this afternoon, but yeah, I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about that. I don't.
Speaking of NBA, my Celtics are undefeated.
Good for you.
You're welcome.
My team's doing better. My team's starting out better than last year, so I'm okay with that. You know, we started like 2-10 last year, and heck, we still made the Western Conference Finals. So I think we're going to be okay. They got a lot of new players in the offseason. Everybody needs to gel and figure out their role, and Ham needs to stop restricting LeBron's minutes and
know your role.
I think we'll be fine.
Shut your hole.
I think we have a really good chance of getting down to the West this year if we remain healthy.
Yeah, James.
I'm really glad James Harden's on the Clippers, because that means it's a guaranteed that the Clippers will choke at some point in the playoffs, if they even make the playoffs, because Harden is the curse that keeps on cursing.
Yeah,
Hey, Lakers are doing fine, Ozzy. It's poor me and SP3. We're Lakers Nation here on Believe in Pro Wrestling, all right? Look, we're fine. We're going to be okay. It's not the end of the world. Compared to last season, we're kicking ass. We're
Bullet
doing
Club
fine.
was fine, too.
Yeah, well, Bullet Club Gold is fantastic. Bullet Club New Japan, kind of dog shit.
Yeah. Which is funny because you hated
I
Bullet
tweeted
Club Gold at first.
I tweeted over the weekend. I'm like, thank God for Bullet Club Gold, because if it wasn't for them, David Finlay would have driven the good brand of the Bullet Club into the ground, and it had been dead and buried already.
Yeah,
Club in New Japan fucking sucks right now, man.
it's an amazing revelation because you were not on the Bullet Club bandwagon because they had brought in the Ass Boys, but they've been doing pretty good. Let's switch.
I still like White and Juice. I don't have to like every member of the group just because I don't like the Ass Boys.
They're definitely keeping the brand alive, for crying out loud. Well, on Saturday, Peacock had a PLE called WWE Crown Jewel, and it kicked out. Hey, we got a kickoff show match. How about that? Let's keep that going, Trips, please. Sami Zayn took on JD McDonough. Of course, Sami Zayn, I don't know why he would be in the kickoff show. Come on, you got to have something better for him at this point, don't you think? But
well, they did. They had him steal the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah. Oh, a year ago he was on fire, and now they don't know. I don't know. He's just kind of spinning his wheels. The main card started out with the World Heavyweight Championship. Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. Probably, I don't know. My opinion, this might have been the best match of the night. You agree with that?
Trying to run down the card in my brain. Yeah, probably. They probably started off with the best match of the show, and I'll speak up if when we're running down if another one pops out to me. But yeah, just thinking in general right now, they probably started out with the best match of the show, and I don't think they ever got higher than that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That was a hell of a match between Drew and Seth. A lot of ways you could go with it, but no heel turn yet for Drew McIntyre. Maybe we wait till tonight on that. I don't know. Do we get a heel turn and then they rematch at Survivor Series? I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll have to see maybe what happens tonight. About 20 minutes it went, 18 and a half to be exact. Seth freaking Rollins gets the win. Right after the match, Damian Priest music comes out to a big pop from the Saudi crowd because everybody loves to see a cash-in live. Unfortunately, Matt and I saw one live back in 2011.
I've seen a few. I've seen
one. Were you there for Dolph?
I was there for Dolph. I was there for Daniel Bryan when he cashed in on Mark Henry and Big Show.
We were there for Del
Seth
Rio
Rollins
on Punk
at 31.
And we were there for
I was there,
Del Rio.
Unfortunately, for the worst one of the worst one I was there live for was Del Rio on Punk.
The random interference.
I was there for like 4 different cash-ins. That's pretty cool.
The random interference of Kevin Nash. Anyways, out of the I don't know. I mean, Damien was literally has the ref with him. I guess he was scouting Rollins maybe to make the decision, but that time that he took to scout and make the decision cost him because a hooded figure came in from the crowd and knocked him into the ring post, took off the hood, and to a big pop, it was Sami Zayn, who then, much like Jay White, stole the briefcase and now is in possession. I was hoping he would cash it in on Roman to end Crown Jewel, though I know we all knew that wouldn't happen, but
man, you're living in a fantasy world.
Oh,
for that, pal.
I was hoping he would cash in, there would not be like a name on the contract; it would just be a blank contract, and so there's some kind of loophole, and the reign ends by Sami Zayn beating. I was just hoping, but I knew better. Anyways, so more on that also tonight because Damian Priest is still without a briefcase, I would assume. Wouldn't they be on the same plane back? Oh wait, that's knocking down the fourth wall, isn't it?
On Saudi Arabia Airlines, which apparently you're pretty freaking good.
That's what LA Knight and Bianca Belair say.
Oh, dude, those propaganda ads were pretty hard. Were pretty hard to watch.
Yeah, LA Knight looked so fucking lifeless and robotic in his part there. It was kind of funny. Anyways, next up, Fatal 5-Way for the women's title. Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark. It was it was an okay match. Not much to write home about here, but a pretty cool ending with the rip tied onto a pile of women for Rhea to get the win. But again, an outcome we all expected. The match was just okay.
Honestly, every outcome to me was pretty blatant going in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I missed a prediction. Unless I predicted Drew. I can't remember if I predicted Drew, but I predicted Rhea. And then after that, John Cena getting the shit beat out of him. My Solo Sikoa just beat the living dog shit out of John Cena. A lot of people wondering, is this it for Cena? No, it ain't. But hey, he didn't take his boots off. Like Billy Gunn.
I think it is.
I don't think it is. It is probably for this run.
I think he knew the SAG deal is coming to a
conclusion, but I don't
which
think
is
it's going to be his last match
any
ever.
day now. I do.
I don't think it's going to be his last match ever.
I really and truly do. I think he realizes he can't really do it anymore in terms of singles matches. Like he can't. I
just figured he'd have a different match to go out on.
He doesn't work like he wants to, like he would prefer to work.
Yeah.
So no, I actually do think he's done, and I think that's why he went out the way he did in this match of really
getting his ass
really putting Solo over in the process. Like
yeah.
we'll see him on WWE TV again. Will we ever see him have another singles match? I don't know.
I honestly think there's gonna be
the only way I could see it, and he would really go against everything that they've done with him over the past 5 years, is if they decided, hey, fuck you, Ric Flair. We're gonna put the World Heavyweight Championship on John Cena for a week just so he can be the 17th time, champion. I would not.
Now that Ric Flair's all elite.
Yeah, I would not put it past WWE at some point, like not even like a long learn, like a week, like he wins the title on Raw and loses it on a pay-per-view that's happening that weekend or something like that. Like I can absolutely see
what I was thinking was Cena puts up his career against Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins or Damian Priest.
If it's gonna be a title, it's gonna be the world heavyweight title.
So
he's not winning the Universal title.
No, I'm not saying he wins it though. It's career versus record, and he doesn't get the record.
Yeah, but no, I think as long as Flair's on AEW programming, I think if that match took place,
if Vince was still in charge, Cena would win the title tomorrow or tonight.
I guess.
And the Woo's still in the open. Let's see if the Woo's still in the open tonight. It was still in the open.
I won't get to see the beginning because by the time I break down all the setup for here and get in front of my TV, I missed the opening of Raw. So if you see the opening of Raw, I need you to tell me. I need you to tweet me and let me know if the Woo's still in the
either that or I can turn the
gimmick. Just send me a DM or whatever.
Right now the TV's on ESPN. I could go turn up the volume at the end of the show and see. Or we can end a couple minutes early, one of the two.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see what the chat wants to do. See how we're flowing on topics and questions and whatnot.
Miz TV with Miz and famed Saudi actor Ibrahim Al-Hajjaj.
This was something.
It was something.
It was something. I don't know what it was, but it was something. It was something, JB.
Hajjaj took a bump, and he could do it in Zaguri, or a nice little, I guess. And obviously Miz turning face, of course, with the whole Gunther thing last week.
I was gonna say, yeah, Miz started the face stuff on Raw with him appearing,
which I'm perfectly fine with.
It wasn't completely out of left field. It would have been a lot more weird had Monday's Raw not taken place, and then they went ahead and did that.
Yeah, I like Miz as a babyface too, so I think I still want to see him with a better world title run than what he had for his second run. Obviously, I think he deserves it, but. And also another predictable moment, United States title, Logan Paul defeating Rey Mysterio, with I can't remember who the jackass was with the Nux, but
Santos Escobar.
No, Paul's friend.
Yes, I know what you meant. I was being a smart ass. But still, Santos Escobar literally screwed Rey Mysterio in that match. Like he literally he took the Nux and put them right there for Logan Paul to use.
Did.
You can't tell me that was an accident. Like he literally set up Rey Mysterio to be screwed there. So
what cracked me up was Paul like fake putting over Ray after the match, like, "You're such a legend, bro." And Ray's
dude,
like,
that was
"You know
funny
what
as
you did."
shit. That was funny as shit.
Yeah, it
It's like,
was.
dude, I love you, you're a legend, but I had to win this match. You know you did. What are you talking about? It's a fair match, man. I didn't do nothing. That shit popped me. That
Oh,
was
that
probably
was
that
great.
was probably the funniest thing of the whole show was Paul and Mysterio's exchange after the match. I
That
thought
was great.
I thought that shit was hysterical.
Oh man, that cracked me up, man. That was hilarious. Um, yeah, Paul LA Knight would be a lot of fun. I don't know if Paul's gonna
I
hold.
think that's exactly what's happening.
I mean,
I don't know how soon, but I do believe LA Knight will be the one to take the United States Championship from Logan Paul.
Paul says he's going to be working a lot more with WWE now that he's champion. He's actually gonna. He says he's gonna go to the Performance Center and everything too. So
I believe him.
this,
I think we'll see
yeah, I
him
do
on
too.
TV more consistently going forward,
Yeah,
as long as he has that title.
yeah,
I think we're going to see him on TV for quite a while.
yeah. I wonder if well, if LA Knight's the guy to take the title off him, they're not waiting until Mania on that. That's gonna be
Maybe
Rumble.
Rumble.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be Rumble.
I mean, it would be a bigger moment to do it at WrestleMania.
It would, and plus you got to have LA Knight in the Rumble because he won that battle royal. So you got that battle royal win. What was that? God, SummerSlam. Yeah,
Yeah, the
he won
Slim
that
Jim
SummerSlam
fight.
battle. See, now you got you got to have LA Knight in the Royal Rumble just because you got that.
Yeah,
He's a threat.
maybe Logan Paul throws LA Knight out of the Rumble because that's how they set up. That's how they set up Logan Paul and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania last year.
Shit, that's how they set up Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels when they were both on different brands.
So like Logan Paul might eliminate LA Knight in the Rumble, and that might be how they set up their match at Mania. I would not be surprised to see them hold that out till Mania because it would be a big WrestleMania moment for LA Knight. And
if
obviously,
Paul
he's
can
winning.
commit
When he gets that shot, he's gonna win.
yeah, if
Here's
Paul
the
can
thing.
commit
Here's the
5
thing.
months, then
You're committing for 5 months, 1 day a week. No
Yeah.
one's asking Logan Paul to work the live events.
No.
Like this is the thing that frustrates me about Roman Reigns. I'm not even asking Roman Reigns to come to work and wrestle every week. But as the Universal Champion for over 1,000 days, you trying to tell me your lazy ass can't get on a flight and come to work once a week to do a 10-minute promo in front of the live audience
Yeah.
and further develop your story?
Yeah.
It's beyond frustrating to me. I can't freaking stand it. I don't mind part-time talent. I mind part-time champions.
Yeah.
And I had the same
Steven,
issue when Brock did it, and I don't like it now with Roman, and I've fucking had enough.
that guy was one of the biggest actors in Saudi Arabia is who that was.
That's what they say anyway. I mean,
But Mark Cho's probably right though, that they probably tried to get Ronaldo and it fell through.
There was a rumor headed in the Crown Show that they were offering him like ridiculous money to appear, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. So,
Women's Championship, Io Sky, Bianca Belair was a great match as you could expect from those two women. The big surprise, so to speak, but we all knew it was coming sooner or later. Kairi Sane, who looks just badass.
Yeah, there were way too many reports throughout the week.
Yeah.
That I expected her to show up. I would have been more surprised had she not shown up.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's good to see Kairi Sane back in the WWE, a different character than we're used to, but she looked like a damn assassin there, running in and beating up Bianca Belair. I thought that was a good return.
I hope they use her right this go around. That's all I can really say about that. I'm worried about how they use her, and like the reports out now that they're interested in Julia.
Yeah.
If they fuck her up, I swear to God, dude, I will be incredibly annoyed. One of the best rising women's talents on the planet right now, and if she goes in there and gets WWEified, it's going to be a damn shame. I really hope if they land her that they let her be her and they don't screw her up.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes Priest, good match, but I mean, this is like something we could have seen on a Monday night main event too. I mean, it wasn't a special.
It was a pay-per-view win that Cody desperately needed.
Yeah, and you had the usual. You had the usual Judgment Day interference with Jey Uso kind of evening up the odds, and this was something you could have saw to main event Monday Night Raw. It wasn't a major like near fall, oh my god type of
But
match.
Cody
But it was,
needed to beat somebody. Who else would you have put him in there with at that point? He needed a big pay-per-view win. Priest fit the bill. The only thing I would have done differently is I still would have had that match I would have had that match for the briefcase.
Oh yeah, no kidding. And WWE loves to job the money in the bank briefcase holder anyways. So.
Dude, if you win that briefcase and you're not cashing in for a while, be prepared to take a lot of L's.
You're taking a lot of L's
because that's just the way it works.
And in the main event, I was happy with LA Knight's performance in his first main event of a pay-per-view. I thought LA Knight looked crisp, looked like he belonged, looked like he could be a top guy. Obviously the Saudi crowd, you always wonder because a lot of times those Saudi crowds now, I think, are now more and more as we get more shows and more years under the belt of WWE working with Saudi. In the early days, they would just cheer the big guys and any up and coming or popular.
Well, the earlier shows were papered.
Yeah.
They were just like, you come to this event, you do your thing. Now they're actually selling
But
tickets.
now,
so fans in Saudi Arabia are actually going to these shows, and I think that makes a big difference in the overall reaction that you're seeing from the crowd there.
And like the crowd is singing Cody's entrance theme. The crowd is popping for LA Knight. They love Sami Zayn, which is kind of cool that Sami's able to do these now. And but yeah, it's different. And so LA Knight was well received by the crowd. And I thought he did good in the main event. What did you think, Matt?
Yeah, look, here's the problem.
Let's just talk about LA Knight first. Let's just talk about LA Knight.
Okay, fine. LA Knight did fine. He did exactly what I expected him to do. Like he went in there and he had the best paint by numbers match with Roman Reigns that he could possibly have. But every single Roman Reigns match over the last year and a half have been the same freaking match, and I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, I don't. It's like get some sort of creativity here with Roman Reigns.
I'm begging for some originality.
I mean, ever since Solo debuted, because the Usos weren't there last year, and so we were like, oh, okay, well, Roman has nobody, and then Solo debuted, so that kind of surprised us. But then it's just been the same old shit.
Yeah, but it was still the same kind of finish.
True, but at least it was a different person. But yeah, there is just no creativity with Roman Reigns' matches. It's like Roman Reigns is mailing it in.
They're just waiting to the point at some point they'll ban everybody from ringside, and then the Samoan SWAT team will show up and help Roman win. Yeah, that's just gonna be what they're gonna do, man. It's just it's the same shit, different day. Yeah, and it's exhausting. And like I had my fill by WrestleMania, and I've really had my fill by now. So
yeah, I don't know. It's like Jesus, come on. I mean, at least hopefully we get rid of this by Mania, and then Roman's gone for a while, and then we get something fresh. I don't know.
What's really made me laugh is I've seen people like, oh yeah, Roman will lose at 40 and then he'll take some time off. And I'm like, how is that different than what he's doing now?
Right? He just doesn't have a title.
Yes. So yeah, fine. You lose at 40 and go away for a while, Roman. I promise you, nobody's going to miss you for the first few months. And maybe by the time you come back, if you decide to be a full-timer again, maybe people give a shit about you again. Because I've had enough of Roman and his shit, dude.
Steven in the chat, is there any truth about Roman taking off time until the Rumble? Wouldn't fucking surprise me.
I've definitely heard he's not doing Survivor Series.
Yeah, that was reported like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And I don't know if there's a December WWE pay-per-view beyond NXT deadline, and you damn well know Roman Reigns ain't going to show up there. So if there's no WWE PLE in December, and he's not doing Survivor Series in November, and the next pay-per-view would foreseeably be the Royal Rumble, yeah, I would not be surprised to see him off TV until January. I really wouldn't be. It would not surprise me at all.
If I remember right.
But here's the thing. They're going head to head with Collision next week. If I'm recalling correctly. Like Collision's going head to head with SmackDown next Friday night. I feel like Roman Reigns damn well better be showing up to SmackDown that night. So because Full Gear's on a Saturday. And from my understanding, they're just doing Collision and Rampage as a 3-hour show on TNT Friday night.
WWE has not had a December pay-per-view since 2020.
That's wild.
TLC. It's been NXT.
I miss Armageddon.
War Games.
Remember Armageddon? That was a fun pay-per-view. I feel like AEW is kind of copying off of that with World's End.
Yeah, War Games in 2021 was NXT Deadline, and then Deadline in 22 and this year. Yeah, there's nothing in December for I think it's going to be the Rumble after Survivor Series. Yeah, obviously I wonder if the Damage Control does split, because I think obviously we're going to get EO and
Damage Control split, and they definitely put the nail in Damage Control's coffin at Crown Jewel. It's
that'd be pretty cool.
It's the beginning of the end for that faction, because Dakota Kai can't work.
No.
She's not ready to go yet. She's not going to be, from my understanding, she's not going to be ready to go for a while. So if EO's not there for Bayley, there's no faction anymore. It's Bayley and a manager in Dakota Kai if they want to do it that way. And that way, two people, Damage Control is not. So
if you basically sum up Crown Jewel, it basically was a good wrestling show with nothing shocking.
It was a glorified house show.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what honestly, that's what most of the Saudi shows are. Sometimes you'll get a title change here and there. But I mean, also here and there, we've had title changes at WWE live events. I mean, it's really no different. It's just we get to see this one. I mean, and that's fine. I mean, people aren't tuning into these Saudi shows expecting like a WrestleMania or SummerSlam worthy event. It's just that's.
There's been a couple, but there's been a couple like that, but yeah, they're few and far in between. So next up is War Games. Is that year up for Regal yet? Can he come out and yell War Games? Is that deal? Can he get on TV yet?
2024.
Damn. So next up on the docket is War Games has been officially confirmed. Saturday, November 25th. So just a little less than 3 weeks away from, oh boy, Chicago, Illinois. Who's from Chicago?
He's not showing up, people.
Oh my God, that will never die until it doesn't happen.
It's gonna die next month. Well, not next month. Later this month.
Yeah,
he's not there, guys. Punk ain't coming in. It's not happening.
No.
The talent doesn't want him there, and WWE management don't seem interested. He's not coming in. You got a better chance to see CM Punk show up at fucking NWA than you do seeing him showing up at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I would assume. I mean, it's probably safe to assume War Games is going to involve Judgment Day and Damage Control, and then the enemies of each.
Well, there's not enough of Damage Control to do a War Games match.
Well, you could do Bayley and EO and
EO ain't gonna be on that team by Survivor Series, dude.
You think that's gonna break up by then?
Oh, way before. Yes, as early as this Friday.
Okay. I figured it'd break up after Survivor Series.
I think Kyrie and EO beat Bayley's ass on Friday.
Is Mako Satomura under a WWE contract?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, man. That'd be fucking cool to have them at War Games. Oh, yeah. NWA doesn't have a TV deal thanks to that cocaine segment. I saw that today. Oh, dumb.
Dude, Billy Corgan can't get out of his own way, dude. CW's like, we don't even want you on our network now. If we keep you, you're going to be on our app. Dude, you can't make this shit up. He is such a freaking idiot, dude. Billy Corgan is the biggest freaking idiot on the planet.
Oh, but we're going to be on a top 20.
Unbelievable.
We're going to be on a top 20 network. Yeah. Well, some bad news if you thought this guy was going to end the reign of either Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, Roman Reigns, whoever holds a world title by then. Gunther is not going to be at Elimination Chamber, unfortunately, because he's not able to travel outside of the U.S. Due to strict residency regulations. He's only able to perform within the United States. That's going to last for 6 months. So when Elimination Chamber goes to Perth, he will not be there.
Yep.
I would assume he's not going to have.
That sucks for him, man.
Yeah, because that really kills a. You figure he's probably going to be a threat to win the Rumble, though Cody's probably going to have to do it just to finish the story. And
I mean, and everybody wants Gunther to be a threat to win the Rumble. Like he still has the Intercontinental Championship he needs to drop first.
Yeah.
Like to me, like Gunther can't win the Rumble if he's still the Intercontinental Champion. So let's pump the brakes on Gunther WrestleMania plans for like a top title until we see, what happens at the end of his Intercontinental title reign.
So Jenny lives outside of the U.S. She lives in the UK.
I have no idea. I mean, I know she did. From my understanding, she moved here.
Oh, it said Gunther noted that he only saw his wife for 6 days in October, so I didn't know.
I mean, that just could be from basic traveling.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if he's not allowed to travel out of the U.S. at all, to see her for 6 days would technically mean she would have to live here.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of an interesting piece there. Update on update on this lady that made her big return on Saturday. Kairi saying the deal has been done. According to Fightful Select, the deal was done months ago, as were a couple others such as Nia Jax and Lexis King, when the official, unofficial hiring freeze ended. Sane was desired by WWE last year, but the WWE could not make it happen. Of course, Sane left WWE shortly after getting married to kind of step away from wrestling for a little while before she reappeared in Japan. This is an interesting thing here. Seth Rollins, this guy right here, recently said that if there was ever a biopic done for this guy, he would want Jared Leto, famous actor and of course musician with a couple of different bands, who would want Jared Leto to play him in the biopic. Matt,
I could see that.
I could totally see that, especially with what he wears. that definitely.
Yeah. No, that actually, you hear a lot of people saying who they would have play themselves in a Hollywood biopic, and you kind of roll your eyes. Nah, Leto actually works for Rollins.
That's perfect.
Leto's got that weird ass Joker laugh.
Yeah.
Just like Rollins had. I think Leto could. I think Leto could shine in that role if they chose to go that route.
Yeah, tremendous actor. Of course, I've never seen Morbius, even though everybody hates on it. You see it? I know you're more of a Marvel fan than I am.
I saw the movie, and I got about halfway through it, and I'm just like, this isn't as bad as everybody said it was.
I'll have to check it out sometime.
And then, like, the final 20 minutes.
Oh, shit.
the movie completely falls apart. Like, the final 20 minutes of the movie, you're like, what the fuck happened? Like, I clearly believe that they went in and reshot a bunch of shit, because the last 20 some odd minutes of the movie don't make any sense whatsoever, and it ruins the entire picture. I don't know. I don't know what Sony was doing over there, but I think they got too cute for their own good, and I think they self-sabotaged their own movie.
Wow. And of course,
because I believe there's probably a cut of that movie out there that never got to see the light of day that is worlds better than what we ended up getting.
Oh shit,
Because
Justice
they,
League is
went
worlds
around fucking
better.
up shit. Oh yeah, Zack
Justice
Snyder's
League.
Justice League is supremely better
Like,
than
how did you?
the
What
Whedon
were
version
you?
that hit theaters.
Yeah, I was like, what is going through your mind? Removing all the whole dark side stuff. That was good shit. I'm like,
And
wow.
and honestly, Cyborg's entire story
Yeah.
was left on the chopping room floor by Whedon. Yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I was kind of eye rolling through the entire campaign about it being released, but honestly, I'm
Yeah.
glad it did because I thought it was excellent. I thought it was very, very good. And it's kind of a bummer we never got to get a continuation of that because DC's movies are such a freaking mess right now.
Yeah. Two more quick things before we wrap things up. Ric Flair, of course, now is All Elite. Was asked if he would like a sequel to his woo off with Jay Lethal.
Oh God.
Oh God, I hope we have it. Ric Flair is on board for a sequel. Look at that babyface AJ Styles there.
Look at Nigel.
Look at that babyface. There's Cowboy James Storm. He wrestled my buddy over the weekend and took his title. My buddy that does the local shows here. They were in Illinois or something for a different promotion, and he took his title. But yeah, look at these baby faces here. And then, well, Ric Flair hasn't been a baby face for a while. Man, that was such an iconic segment with him and Jay Lethal on Impact. I really hope they go back to it at least once. Now that Ric Flair's All Elite. I can't believe I'm saying those words. And the last story of the day. Broken Dreams keeps getting talked about by Drew McIntyre. Do we see it tonight?
I wish.
He did yet another interview. And it was doing, I think he was doing a little Q&A on TikTok or something like that. And it was brought up, and
it was either TikTok or Instagram Live or something.
Yeah, he says he will push for it. It'll be there at some point, quote unquote. So
I don't know, Drew, you've kind of been pushing for it for years.
Yeah.
The best we got was a little video package before Clash at the Castle, so I don't know how much pull you really got over there. Look, Goldberg being All Elite Steve would have been a hell of a lot better than signing Ric Flair. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
And before we get to Raw here in about 3 minutes, Dynamite this Wednesday.
Man, this card's loaded.
Red Velvet makes her return from injury to take on Julia Hart. Swerve Strickland
from a wedding.
That's true. Swerve Strickland takes on Penta, El Cerro Miedo, Mark Briscoe, and Jay White. ROH World TV title. Samoa Joe, Keith Lee, couple of meaty men slapping meat.
I'm so excited for that.
And then the AEW World title on the line, MJF against Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, they announced about an hour ago, Sting and Darby Allin against the Outrunners. That's going to be a squash match if I've ever seen one. I don't even know if Sting's going to get tagged in for that.
No Raw update yet on Fightful, but WWE.com does give us a fatal four-way match with number one contendership for the IC title. Ricochet, Miz, Bronson Reed, Ivar. I seriously just, for a fresh match, I want Ivar to win this because he's been doing good in the singles run with Eric being on the shelf. I want Ivar to win it, though I think Miz might win it, though. But I want Ivar to win it. I'm predicting Miz.
Shit. I don't know what you're looking at, but I'm looking at the Raw plans with Fightful.
Oh, I just hit refresh. Oh, they literally just showed up.
Dude, I'm pretty hyped about that main event.
Spoiler main event.
That spoiler tag match looks dope too.
Ooh. Yeah, let's not spoil it because these are two good ones.
Oh my God!
Look at
guys, ladies and gentlemen, Raw is not punting.
No.
Tonight to Monday Night Football. Damn.
If you are still in the chat, I see a few of you still here. Thank you for hanging with us all show. Do you want us to spoil, or do you have Fightful Select subscriptions?
Man, I'm ready for Raw now. I'm a little hyped up.
I need to just for Matt, I'm going to turn up my volume, and I got to switch the TV to. I had it on ESPN, so I got to switch it to USA. We got to do a woo check. We got about a minute, so we're going to do a woo check. See if woo. Mark Cho says spoil. Frantic World says spoil. Main event tonight: Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title. The spoiler tag match: DIY taking on the Creed brothers.
Hot damn. Raw might be cooking tonight, people. Raw might be cooking tonight.
You got the fight. You got a women's title contender battle royal. The 4-way for the IC. Are you agreeing with me? Hart says our pick is probably Miz.
Who's in the match again?
Ricochet and Bronson Reed are the other two. It can't be. Ricochet and Bronson Reed have been in that picture for so friggin' long. It can't be.
Miz makes the most sense based on the segment last week.
Yeah, it does.
So I'll say Miz.
Drew McIntyre backstage, so there's definitely not going to be any broken dream. Here we go. Woo!
Still there, baby. For another week. We'll
All
see how long the woo lasts.
Any final thoughts, Matt?
I'm anxious to pack this shit up and get in front of my TV. I think Raw's going to be a banner tonight. Let's fucking go.
Good. It looks good. For Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thanks for tuning in to Lost in the Midcard, brought to you by Bet Online. Have yourselves a good week.